Hello everyone, my name is Riku, and I decided to take the time to explain um, exactly what sigils are for and finding out which one would be right for you. Essentially, sigils determine what role you're going to be fulfilling in combat. Um, First and foremost, comfort is key. So if you see other people in the lobby with you while you're queuing up at the camp, do not be pressured into switching if you see somebody with higher stats than you and using the same sigil, or thinking maybe I can cover this area since we don't have any healers at the moment. It's just whatever you're comfortable with. That's all that matters at the moment. But I'm going to try to explain how these sigils work and what the best applications and which stats will be necessary to best fulfill these roles. Now, my stats aren't the best in the game. I've seen people out there with pious multicast with a magic stat of 3 or 3,500, and also a spirit of like 2,000. I don't know how they're doing that, but I'm comfortable enough with this game and all these sigils to at least get the fundamentals out of the way. So let's cover the very first one you get in the game. This is unlocked after completing, I think, one quest. So you really shouldn't be heading into combat without this sigil. Just because without a sigil, you're just a blank slate with no role really to fulfill. It's better to go in and not need it than need it and not have it. Now, the Oracle Sigil is your healing class, and honestly, it's a really good class all the way through the game. Using the Oracle Sigil at a high level is totally possible, and it is a class that is never unwelcome, to be honest with you. It's really good for learning the mechanics of Comrades and Final Fantasy 15 in general. It's a class that encourages you to kind of take a step back and let the heavy hitters go in and do their thing, and you just look around and use your L1 button to target any party members that need healing. It's just a great class, and it's always useful all the way through the game. So if this is one you want to stick with, go for it. Essentially, what the sigil does is it turns your healing spell into a wide AoE with a massive range of effect. And because normally you have to be right up next to your party member in order to heal them, this one makes it to where you can just pop over into the middle of the group and just go heal. And it gets the job done, and healing really doesn't take that much MP, so you can sit there and spam it as much as you need to. And now I need to explain what stats you should be prioritizing if you plan to keep this class. First and foremost, obviously the Spirit, the fourth one on the top row all the way to the right, my 690. That is your Spirit. It determines your magic defense as well as your healing stat. It works a lot like Mind does in Final Fantasy XIV. It's just something, if you're going to prioritize healing, then you're going to need that to be a decent number. You probably won't ever have to go beyond 400 or 500, especially if you get the Panacea shield or the Holy Shield, and I'll get to that in a second. Also, healing doesn't mean you need to prioritize only Spirit. You can actually it's just like put whatever points into whichever other stat you feel like doing. You can be an offensive healer, you can be a defensive healer, you can be a healer that casts spells. You can pretty much do whatever you want. That's what I like about this class, because the damage you can do while being a healer is actually really, really good. So if you want to focus healing and not much on combat, then I would prioritize Vitality. It's the fist symbol, the second from the left in the top column. The 345 I'm showing there. Just so you don't take any unnecessary damage, because when you're guarding you do take chip damage from certain attacks, and certain attacks are unblockable, and if you're not adept at reacting to those, or if you get caught in an AoE splash randomly, you just want to make sure you have enough defense to survive that. And the Spirit raises your magic defense as well, so as long as you can take a hit, you're going to be a pretty good healer. The other thing, as long as you're keeping an eye on your party members' health and you want to prioritize specifically healing, then that's what I would recommend. But if you want to go offensive, put it into strength or magic, whatever you want. It's just, once again, whatever you're comfortable with. If you would prefer pelting enemies from a distance with spells, or you prefer to run in and you're comfortable with paying attention to health bars, popping over to your allies whenever you need them, throw a quick heal, you can do that. It's just whatever you're comfortable with. That's all that matters. Weapons I would recommend you getting are, of course, the Wizard Shield. I've forgotten what the base of this weapon is. I'll have to put it in the description. And the Holy Shield, which the base is the Panacea Shield, just because of the abilities on here. We have Isana and Kiriga. So this is just something that's, I would say, is just necessary to have if you want to focus healing. Just because it's helpful to have Isana ready. If all of your party members are confused, you can just pop over to them and just throw up Isana, and you're all good, and you're all also at full health. And besides that, just the Wizard Shield, and then any other weapons that go up to level 99, so you can have as much spirit and strength as you need. I wouldn't recommend the Dreadnought, honestly. I would just prioritize strength into that weapon, but I digress. And as I mentioned earlier, offensive healing, totally possible. The damage is good. You won't be, without some serious time and effort, you probably won't break 1,000 in any of your stats, really. But Spirit doesn't, like I said, doesn't need to go any higher than 400 or 500, especially if you have the Holy Shield. But the damage is really good. You're not going to be going anywhere above the Tall Sigil or the Pious Sigil or the Rogue Sigil. They're going to be dealing more damage than you just by default. So in summary, it's the most balanced class for casual play, absolutely. And it's a great fallback if you're a hardcore. If you think, okay, I think the rest of these people know what they're doing with these rolls, I think I can just go ahead and heal. I'll still be dealing enough damage, whatever. It's just like if I need to heal, then boom, we are all healed. So, all in all, the Oracle Sigil is a terrific class, and should definitely be considered as a fallback for anyone playing this game. And that's the Oracle Sigil out of the way, and I'll cover other sigils in other videos. So any questions, comments, criticisms, concerns, please leave them out in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.